What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my top 5 bicep exercises, and they're really in no particular order. I think all these 5 exercises will give you some bolder freaking biceps. Now, like the triceps, my biceps are one of my weaker body parts. I would say arms in general is not one of my strengths, but I'm going to give you the top 5 exercises that have helped me grow them the most. You know, they're obviously improving. I just think they're slightly behind the rest of my physique. So without further ado, let's get right into it. And the first exercise is going to be my favorite, the cable Bayesian curl. I really like this exercise, one, because it's very, very stable, especially if you do it, specifically doing it seated. I like it because it is very stable. 2, it provides maximum stretch on the bicep because the bicep crosses the shoulder joint. So when we move our arm behind our torso, the bicep gets stretched way more. So we're getting maximum stretch on the bicep, and we also get really high tension in that stretch position. So this exercise basically checks off all the boxes, and it's very easy to, I find it very easy to progressive overload as well. So for me, this one, absolute staple. I do it every freaking workout. And another bonus is it's unilateral. So you can work each arm individually, which is also, I think, a big perk as well in case you have any imbalances and whatnot. So love that exercise. That's the first one. Next, I'm going to have to go with the dumbbell preacher curl. Now, while this exercise doesn't provide as big of a stretch as the cable Bayesian curl, because our arms are placed in front of us, because we're on a preacher bench, we still do get very high tension in that stretch position. So I really like this exercise. Again, this one's a staple for me. I do it pretty much every workout. These 2 in particular, I do them all the time. I freaking love them. I do find it a little bit harder to progressive overload on this because I can only go up in 2.5 increments here, whereas on the cable Bayesian curl, because I have a gym pin on my free motion machine, I can go up in like 0.33 pounds and stuff and go in super small increments. So while I don't think it's as conducive to progressive overload, still provides great stretch and pretty good high tension in that stretch position. Freaking love this exercise. That's the next one. Next up, I'm going to go with incline dumbbell curls. So this exercise is it's a little bit different. It's kind of like a polar opposite, I would say, to the preacher curl, because technically when we do the incline curl and our arms go behind our torso, we're getting more stretch on the biceps, but we don't get as much tension in that stretch position. So it's kind of a trade-off. You're getting more stretch, but you're getting less tension on the muscle in that stretch position. So I feel like you could argue both ways on which one is really the superior exercise. To me, I think they're both great, and they, prevent you from ego lifting a lot. So I think they're both fantastic. I do them both periodically, although I have been favoring a little bit the normal preacher curl. I still think the incline dumbbell curl is a fantastic exercise, and you should definitely include it if you are not already. Next, I'm going to go for twisting dumbbell curls. Now, maybe more of a bro exercise, this one, because, you can do a little bit of cheating at the end. But I like this because we supinate the biceps. The biceps has 2 functions. It bends the elbow, but it also supinates the wrist. So when we twist up like this, when we do the curl, we really prioritize that supination. And I would recommend, when you're doing the twisting dumbbell curl, you grab the dumbbell like this, because what that's doing is when you curl up, it's really challenging that supination with this side of the dumbbell. So you're really working that supination. Now, you can do these on like a preacher bench and stuff like that, but I already included standard preacher curls, and I think, those are really very close exercises if you do them both on a preacher bench. So I just thought, standing twisting dumbbell curls. I think it's great. Freaking love it. And you can do a little bit of cheating at the end just to get in a little bit more of a stimulus. The last exercise on my list is going to be the standing easy bar curl. While, again, probably more of a bro-y exercise, I still think this one is great. I like the easy bar over, the standard straight bar because I feel like it feels a lot better on my wrists. And while that will take the bicep out of supination slightly because you're kind of like this, so it won't engage it all as good as like the twisting dumbbell curl, I still think it's such a good exercise for progressive overload. And sometimes we just want to have fun in the gym, move around some weight, and at the end you can do some cheat reps. So I think it's a fantastic exercise and will absolutely grow those biceps. All right, but those are my 5 exercises. This was a little bit more of a difficult list for me to make because I think there are so many great bicep builders. I mean, there are so many different exercises you can do, but these are the 5 that I think have helped me the most. So let me know if you guys agree with me in the comments. Of course, I'm always open to your opinions, and I've been reading some of your comments on some of my other videos, and regardless of whether you guys agree with me or not, I love engaging in conversation. Like, whenever I respond to you guys, there's no bad blood, no hate. Like, I love that you guys are engaged, and that tells me you're watching the video, and honestly, that means the world to me, so I really appreciate it. So again, comments down below. Do you agree with my top 5 exercises? But if you've enjoyed, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.